Welcome back, guys. Let's put this in the ether. You know what? I don't know if it's just me or does anybody else, right, feel that wedding is a waste of time. But before I go further, let's put that thought in the ether, right? I don't know. Every time I'm invited to a wedding, I don't have no, you know, I don't see any excitement. It's just a waste of time for me. I mean, if I'm not the one that's involved in the marrying, involved in the ceremony, involved in like the best man, somebody that have responsibility, then why am I there? Right? Why am I there to celebrate? Like, I mean, I don't talk. I go to wedding. When I go to wedding, I don't talk to nobody. People don't talk to me. Right? People don't come up to me and crack a conversations. Right? I don't find anybody in the wedding ceremony interesting. Right? I don't find anybody I could relate to. But because of that reason, to me, most weddings are boring, and I don't like to be invited to weddings. And people like to invite me to weddings, right? It's always a buzzkill. I'm always the one, right, who's at weddings, not by myself, but a distance from everybody else. And often enough, I doze off, fall asleep until the end of the wedding, right? When the end of the reception. All right, then everybody's gone. All right, the ceremony's over, right? I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but I just don't find any excitement in weddings. What is there to do in weddings, right? To what? To catch up with old people, to meet new people. I understand to meet new people. That's where majority of the couples are go to find new couples. That's where the single woman's at, I guess, right? That's what people. That's what people tell me, right? If you want to find a single woman, you go to a wedding. There's gonna be a lot of single women over there, right? But the thing is, I understand how the situation of weddings work and why people go to wedding and the reason why people marry and the outcome of it. I understand the harsh reality of modern women, right? I understand modern woman nature. So because I'm red pilled, right, I'm less inclined to participate in these activities. I don't know if I'm the only one. Does anybody else feel like this, right? Does anybody else feel like they go to the wedding? Do they have a sense of purpose in the wedding? Because I have to have the sense of purpose of being at the wedding. I haven't found that purpose yet. But yet again, I don't know. It's like you're the one person in your family that's not that's not engaged in I guess people feel sorry for you and try to get you to get to married. I was like, okay, I'm perfectly fine. I don't need to get married. I guess when misery's left company, right? Right. Misery loves company. I guess another couple, right? They want to see other people miserable too. But I don't want to get invited to marriages, man, or any weddings. I don't see any practicality of that. The only thing I could do is I just send my condolences, give you my blessing. That's it, right? Is that not enough for me to give you my blessings? These are the kind of dilemmas facing right now as a bachelor, right? I don't want to go to weddings, right? And if I were to get married, I'm the type of person to have a small wedding. I don't like a lot of people coming to be with me. If I choose to be married, I would choose a small wedding. I don't like big weddings, right? Big wedding equals big bucks, a lot of money, right? And often enough, people spend a lot of money on these weddings, right? Just for one day. They spend thousands of dollars just for one day. And after that day, what? Then what? Right? When you go on your honeymoon, you fornicate in your honeymoon, right? You escape, then you come back. Then what happened? Now you're engaged. Now you're married, right? Now everything's going back to normal, like it was before you got married. If that's the case, why even get married at all? Right? That's my perspective about marriage and wedding, all these ceremonies, right? I don't really like the ideas, like where does tradition come from, where these ceremony come from, right? And that's my thought on the idea of the weddings and marriages. Like, okay, can we just do this without having all these festivities, right? Celebration, right? This is why I'm not very fond of large weddings, right? Because I see it as it's not practical. You have to, if you have all these large wedding, then you have to invite all these relatives, then you have to fly people out. That's out of your pocket. You have to pay for their room and board, right? You have to pay for food. You have to pay all this stuff, right? And you have to do all this stuff, and not realizing sometimes these people, you're just bothering them. They have their own problem to deal with, right? They have their own problem, and then you're just making an inconvenience in other people's life to come to your one moment and one day of celebrations, right? You feel kind of guilty for distracting people, for taking them out of their lives. That's how I feel, man. I don't want to feel, I don't want to be like I'm selfish, right? But I feel like they're taking my time away from me if they invite me to a wedding, right? And it's be better off if they don't invite me. I'm not. If nobody invite me to a wedding, I don't take it as an insult because I'm seeing enjoyment anyway, right? All you gotta do is just tell me you're getting married, and I'll give you my blessing. Do I have to be there? Do I really have to be there? Is my present really that important? If I don't have any purpose, like a ring bearer, like all these positions, all these responsibilities, right? Like a ring bearer, not ring bearer. I'm too old for a ring bearer. Like a best man, right? Or a father, right? Or immediate family. I don't see why I gotta be there. I'll just give you my blessings, right? I don't want to be so cold-hearted, be like a downer or a bad friend. I'm not doing that as bad-hearted, but I don't see it any. I don't want to do it as a selfish way that I don't want to be there, but I just don't see any enjoyment. It's just a waste of time. I'm a very practical guy. I don't see any. You'll save more money if I'm not there. I mean, it's more it's confrontation because usually some wedding out there, some wedding when you go to, there's always that one guy that start the big trouble in the wedding. You don't know what's gonna, what is unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna happen, right? You don't know if is a guy gonna be drunk at the wedding, right? A guy's gonna be confrontational. Something happened. You might destroy the wedding. It's like it's better off if I don't participate. Right? Just send me the videos and I watch the videos. That's it. And I'll give you my blessings. Right? That's how I feel about weddings. Right? I don't see growing up. I guess guys don't really typically like to was that plan out the weddings. Guys don't really like to do that. I mean, of course, I have thoughts here, but it's not my priority growing up. Usually, this is what the women's do. This is usually the women's big day. Right? Usually the guys just sit back and just give all the women the money and let them plan the wedding. The guys just sit back and relax and do whatever you gotta do. Right? But, and that's how I feel. Like, I don't, if I get married, I'll just let my fiance plan the whole thing out. My mother-in-law, my mom plan the whole thing out, and I'll just sit back and relax because I don't have no desire. I don't have no inspiration to design or plan any weddings. It don't matter to me, right? And I want it small. That's the only thing I want. A small. I don't want a big wedding at all. If anything, worst come to worst, or not worst come to worst, best come to best. We don't even have to have a wedding. Just say in front of God that we made our vows together, and that's it. In front of a private party, and say we promise with our witnesses, and then say we made our vows and promise to God that we will love each other till death, and that's it. But you know me by now. I don't like the idea of getting the government involved, right? Getting the government involved and making a spectacle of myself. That's what it is. I don't like making a spectacle of myself, right? I don't like to be the center of attentions in a wedding. Saying, "Hey, this day is about me. You guys have to come over here," right? And force people or make people, because when you go wedding, you feel obligated to go. I don't want to make anybody feel obligated to go. I feel obligated to go, right? I feel I have to buy when you go to a wedding, you have to bring some kind of cash prize or wedding gifts or something like that, right? And, it's like, come on, man, really? They have to do that? They have to do that? But, I'm not trying to be selfish, right? I'm just seeing, like, my is unimportant at any wedding. Why should I go there? Why should I be there? But I don't know. That's just me. I don't know if anybody feel the same way about wedding, right? But and I strongly believe this. Like I don't really want to participate in any weddings. Maybe it's just a cynical version of me saying this. But I don't know if am I the only one that enjoy weddings? Am I the only guy? Let me know if you're a guy out there who don't enjoy weddings. Let me know. Leave a comment below. But yeah, I don't enjoy weddings. I don't like to go. I think it's impractical for me going there. Even my own weddings, even my family's weddings, I don't like to go there. But let me know you agree. Let me know. Leave a comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace and blessings.